Welcome everyone, Joe with ECRM here at our Vitamin Weight Management and Sports Nutrition session in Florida. And with me is Heather from WholeFoods magazine, who moderated a roundtable discussion all about the regulatory environment when it comes to nutritional supplements. So we're gonna talk about some takeaways from that roundtable. So thanks for moderating the roundtable. And start off, can you just give an overview of what the discussion was about?
Sure. Awesome. Well, thanks, Joe. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun, actually, and there was a little bit of conversation that went along. So we talked about regulation, which, of course, is a big part of dietary supplements, and never
complex
ending,
part
and
of
never
it.
ending, and a never-ending part of dietary supplements. Our first conversation was about age restriction. Me being from New Jersey, I did bring it up and ask them about it because New York has obviously enlisted this, and California has voted it down, but there was a lot of people did not know about it, which was interesting. We had one representative from Walmart that really talked about how it affected their sales, how they have to get sales associates from other, the stores have to unlock it, and it's a burden for these stores. For the mail order, I've heard a lot of it from Vitamin Shop and other companies, but how via the mail, how it is a nuisance as well because they have to sign for it. It's it's being treated like alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah. And what is the age?
18.
18. Okay.
So and then people can't, people don't get their normal deliveries that they've been getting for years.
Yeah.
So everyone, and there also was someone from Rexall that talked a lot about it too. And there were some manufacturers that weren't aware about it, but now are very aware of it, and we'll be keeping an eye on it. It doesn't affect obviously all products, just your sports nutrition and your weight management products.
But what if you have, high school football
Exactly.
teenagers, they're training, they're lifting weights, they want all these supplements, what do? What's the situation there?
Well, they have to either
Mom and Dad
have their
have to-
parents have to go to the health food store and buy it for them, or if they do it through delivery, the parents have to show their ID. Kind of like when you get wine delivered or something like that.
Wow, how embarrassing is that for some jock going into the store, sorry, my mom's got to get my protein supplement.
Exactly. So we're hoping that other states are not going to pass this, and we're hoping that New York will be changing their mind. I know there is some lawsuits right now going on with the New York legislature that hopefully we can convince them to overturn it, and these other states will not get this law into effect.
Gotcha. Yeah, it seems more of a hassle than anything.
Absolutely, and it's BS. Sorry, am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, yes, fine on here.
Yeah, it's a big problem for, and obviously hurts sales.
Yeah.
And in the end, these are great products that that are a backbone of our industry. That it is hurting sales for retailers, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, gotcha. So you also talked about mandatory product
Yes, the
listings?
MPL is a hot topic. Some are for it, some are against it. I get both ways.
What are the arguments for and against?
Well, against it is, it's expensive. You have to list all your products, all your ingredients, all that. If you change your supplier, you're going to have to relist again. For a small company, it's a lot of money to keep doing it, and it's a constant thing. It is done for pharmaceuticals. We are a self-regulating industry, and we do a pretty good job. But on the other hand, this is where the positive people that wanted it thought that there are a lot of bad actors out there, especially on Amazon, and it will weed out the bad actors, and would people would have to be responsible about things, and it does add ethically it does add some scruples to everything, and does lead to people being more ethical about their products that's inside of it.
Yeah, and that makes sense because we've seen it, like with CBD started. Boom, all of a sudden you have 1 million people doing all these things, and whenever there's a new crate, now you have all the GLP-1 related supplements, so there's another land grab, so I could see why they're doing that.
Which, by the way, I will tell you, last time we did this, you asked me what the trend was.
Yeah.
Definitely at this ECRM, the trend definitely is GLP-1.
Yes, without a doubt.
Yes, there's lots of them out there. There's supporters and there's boosters. It's interesting to learn about them all.
Yeah, yeah, and it's such a contrast from last year.
Yes.
There was no talk about
Gummy
it.
mania.
Yeah, and then now all of a sudden everything is GLP-1. So interesting to see what direction that takes and how that continues, especially since it's relatively new from the weight management perspective.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
And last topic was FSAs
FSAs and HSAs.
Yes.
Yes. So as we know, there has been bills that have been trying to get forward in Congress where dietary supplements can be part of your FSAs and your HSAs. I mean, neck massagers, neck pillows, all that are part of it. It is crazy that dietary supplements are not part of it. So I know that has been a big thing and people were asking about it. But I did hear an interesting part about the other side of it is that because they get your information because of an FSA or an HSA, they can't target ads then to people like via Costco or things like that. So that was an interesting segment I never heard before. Most people are for it because obviously it'd be more dollars being spent on dietary supplements if you can put it through your FSA or your HSA. But that was interesting. And even the people that asked about it, they were upset they couldn't do their targeted ads, but still they saw it as a win and saw it as an opportunity to still be able to get more sales from it.
Yeah, because you figure you go into, let's say you go into a pharmacy for GLP-1s for weight management, and it's like, okay, you're taking care of your prescriptions there, but then also we could recommend these supplements, and by the way, it's all covered on, so that would be a nice scenario that the retailer could have, get everything taken care of in one spot.
It would be a win, and obviously would bring more dollars into retail.
Excellent. Last question or comment. Tell everybody about Whole Foods Magazine and how they can find you guys.
Sure. Well, we are a B2B media company serving natural products industry. We are family owned and women owned. We have been for the past 40 years a family owned and women owned company. We have a full everything that you want to do to be educated. That's our main thing is informing and educating from magazine, website, e-newsletter, sample boxes, virtual events, podcasts, you name it, we will educate you. And you can find us at WholeFoodsMagazine.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for moderating the roundtable, and thanks for joining us as usual.
It's tons of fun and always a blast and always a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Great.